Hi, Biffs.
Hey, Biff.
You're Abby.
Dear Kiki.
Captain.
Red
Cheers
flag,
to you.
desperate housewife.
Pinot Grigio.
Doesn't want to marry
Booze
you.
of power.
Love you like I
Pour
love
more
you.
wine.
Don't talk to yourself.
Cheers, Biff. Cheers.
Ill-advised.
Ill-advised. This is ill-advised.
Hi, Biffs.
Hello.
Hello and welcome.
Welcome to Ill-advised.
The podcast where two best friends tell you what to do when someone else already has.
Like our bras.
The bras?
Yeah.
Oh,
They tell us what to do.
like what?
Like, stay in this position or don't.
Well, keep them up, honey.
Or spill out the side.
I'm making the connection that you were just fixing your bra now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Welcome to Ill-advised.
The podcast where two best friends tell you what to do.
After we just did.
Oh, and not your dental hygienist.
I'm a dentist.
Actually, they do tell you what to
An
do.
oral hygienist. Open your mouth for about 4 or 5 minutes.
What's that from? I know.
Please don't cancel him.
Eminem.
Please
Is it
don't
Eminem?
cancel him.
It's
Thank
Eminem.
you.
Yes. Please cancel me.
He listened to Britney Spears in high school, so you'll have to forgive him.
Was that high school? That was before high school.
I don't remember.
At this point, who cares?
Who cares?
Who cares? How are you? I care about that, bitch.
In general, I am very well.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Specifically today,
yes.
everything's pissing me off.
Oh, good. You're real well.
My homework's pissing me off. My makeup was pissing me off.
Oh,
My
that looks
baby
good.
daddy's pissing me off.
That's normal. That's a day in the life.
Such I'm looking forward to this drink after
Oh,
you tell
yeah.
me how you're doing.
How am I doing?
Uh-huh.
Sure. I'm just sure.
Okay.
Yeah, no, they're fine. There's like no real complaints here. Colin and I are trying to spend more time together and doing some fun things together. Although along those lines, I do have an anecdote for you.
Oh.
And I hope that our listeners get this. One of the days, I don't know if he was cooking dinner or washing dishes, and I was like, I'm going to be like a nice lovey-dovey romantic boyfriend because I recognize I'm not the nice lovey-dovey romantic boyfriend I used to be. So I went up and I put my arms around him, and of course, the second I do that, an idea pops into my mind, right?
I'm anticipating.
So I put my arms around him and I put my body against his body and I lean my head against his back or the back of his neck because we're roughly the same height. And I whisper in his ear, "You are more than diamond, more than gold."
And
And he
his
said,
response.
"Get the fuck out of here." He's like, "Get the fuck out of," and I laughed. I walked away. I went upstairs. Like, that's how shameful it was. I walked away crying. But I thought you'd appreciate that anecdote.
I wish Wyatt was there to witness that.
I know. I told him about it.
Did he die?
I told him about it yesterday. He was like,
Or did he also say, "Shut the fuck up, Dad"?
no, I think he asked, "Did you go ba-da-bum bum?" I don't know if that was him or Colin. He's like, "Did you go ba-da-bum bum?"
Oh, that's
Yeah,
good.
It was great.
That's great.
Yeah. Wine?
Yes.
We got a Biff pick this week.
Oh, yeah.
90 plus Cellars Prosecco.
We love a good Prosecco,
We do, especially if it's Italian.
especially if it's good.
Because, right. Well, then Prosecco is automatically Italian, right? It's just the Italian champagne.
I guess. I don't know.
DOC. Here's to bubbles. Nothing beats a bottle of bubbles for celebratory sipping or leisurely refreshment. Aromas of fresh peaches leap from your glass, along with more subtle hints of ginger and lilac. Once sipped, a shower of foamy bubbles dances soulfully on the tip of your tongue and then bursts into a medley of crisp citrus fruit. Pop the cork and enjoy life. Drink responsibly.
All kinds of sexual innuendos going on there.
Right?
Gingers and fresh peach and popping corks.
And bubbles on the tip of your tongue. Although, if you get bubbles on the tip of your tongue, please tell your partner to seek.
Eat responsibly.
Just fucking drink it. Oh, I taste the peach.
I don't know what I taste right now.
Oh, then you need a second sip.
Yep.
Let's go.
Still don't know what I taste right now, but I like it.
I do enjoy it. I mean, it's like,
Yeah.
this is the sit on the deck champagne.
Yeah, sit right on his dick.
Right on the deck.
sit right on his.
I'm gonna get this dick.
You gonna get these bubbles. You gonna get this fresh peach.
Drink
Let's do our
peach.
third sip.
No peach for you?
No, but
I
there's
got
a lot
the
of other
citrus on
things
that
going
one.
on.
I definitely got the citrus this time.
I don't know about peach, but I really like it. I will continue to buy this.
Yeah, it tastes to me like a peach smells. I don't know how to explain that. It doesn't smell like peach.
I'm also not a peach person. I don't do peach often, so I don't know that I would.
It's very common in white wines, especially like Proseccos and stuff like this.
Also, the bottle was only like $10.99, I think.
Get it?
Yeah.
Yeah, get it. Yeah, this is good.
I say 5. Price point.
Good price point, great flavor.
It's
very
like
refreshing.
every day you can bring it to a party.
It's true. It's true. This is an occasional for me though, personally.
Is
Because
or isn't?
it is more of an occasional for me.
Oh, really?
It's on the sweeter side for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But it's not sweet either, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I would give this personally a 4.
There you have it.
Cumulatively, cumulative. I got your disease. All together. This is a 4.5.
Collectively.
Collectively. Cumulatively. This is a 4.5.
Jeez.
This is really good.
It is really
I
good.
really enjoy it.
I've actually been really wanting to try this, and I'm kind of mad it took
I'm
me
actually
this
surprised
long.
you haven't.
I know.
Although casually, you don't sit down and drink a whole bottle in one night. That's why
very
you
true.
get, you know what I mean? Like
Very true.
Proseccos and champagnes and
Yeah.
sparkling wine, stuff like that. Like those are
I need
drink
at
that
least
day.
a friend. Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending
But-
on the day, actually.
That's true. That's very, I will not argue that.
Today I should have picked up 2 bottles.
Oh. Yes. Yes, you should have. I am so upset with you. So this week it's Mirror Agony Aunt Coleen Nolan.
Agony aunt.
Agony Aunt.
Coleen Nolan.
So
Does sound like I'm from the UK.
you do,
Oh,
I think.
lovely.
I'm terrible with accents.
I was going to say you're, I think, descended Australian.
I'm all of them. Last night we pulled up to the house and I was like, open the garage.
I love it.
Colin's like, what are you, Scottish now? I was like, I think so.
Baby.
Open the garage.
Is that what it sounded like?
I don't fucking know. I don't know. It was probably German for a second. So, this is the opinion section of the Mirror. This first one is from December 6th, 2022. My girlfriend has cheated, but things are going so well. Should I bring it up?
Huh. I don't think you need to read the question anymore.
Right?
Because what?
Yeah. How do you...
How do you not
Let's...
read the question?
Yeah. All right. Dear Colleen, I'm a man in my 30s and recently found out through a mate that my girlfriend was sleeping with another guy. It happened a while ago when our relationship was going through a rough time, and I know it's over now as my mate knows this guy through another friend. I didn't have a clue this was going on at the time, and my girlfriend doesn't know that I know now. We have an 18-month-old we have an 8-ton-month-old daughter. Or we have an 18-month-old daughter now, and things have been really good between us over the past couple of years. This information hasn't changed things for me in that I know I want to be with my girlfriend still, and I love her. But I feel we have to talk about it, and I don't know how to bring it up with her. I don't want to rock the boat when things have been going so well between us. I hate the thought of arguing and shouting and raking up the past. Do you agree that we need to get it out in the open, and how should we approach it?
My first question, how does this not change anything for you? How do you sleep at night, first of all?
Knowing that that someone has wronged you. How does she sleep at night? But no, that's not important. Well, she's slept at night for years, apparently.
Clearly.
So,
She did a lot more than sleep at night.
well, maybe she didn't. That was the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did it say how long ago the incident
It
occurred?
just says it's been a couple of years. So this happened before they had their 18-month-old.
How do you know? Is that your baby?
How did I not fucking go there?
Maybe it was a one-off. Maybe it wasn't. How do you know that you're never going to... How do you not...
Before we approach this the psychological way, the therapist way, how would you do it?
I'm trying to understand how he didn't do it the way I would do it. There's no way I'm not bringing that up.
Right. There's no way I'm not thinking that you're still doing it.
And how many times have you already done it?
Because in my head, I'm saying once a cheater.
Always.
Right.
And if you can just do it...
Which I don't believe, by the way.
If you can cheat and not even so much as like hint about it for years, how do I know this hasn't become like habitual for you? Where it like no longer even eats you up inside.
I wish you had said eats you out so I could actually justify laughing.
Like, I'm baffled by his like nonchalance. This changes a lot of things for me.
Which part?
Finding out that my girlfriend just cheated on me.
I was like, which part of the story is changing things for you? Because no, I call your bluff. Yeah, I'm with you. Like, how do you not talk about it?
How does it not change anything for you? He literally said, like, this doesn't change anything for me. I don't want to be with her. Which I understand, like, still wanting to be with somebody. But, like, how are you not, like, was this the first time? Mm-hmm. Like, is that my baby? Like, all these things.
Yeah. I'm trying to...
I'm just personally baffled.
Right. I'm trying to just put my thoughts into words. As we all know today, words are not my strong suit.
Which is why you can't thought them.
No, I can thought them. I just can't hoard them.
True.
I think that it actually does change something if you're asking this question. And also that you have to say, this doesn't change things for me. It's a flag. It's a signal.
Yes and no, because the question is, do I have to bring this up?
Because you're wrestling with it. You're asking this question because it's actually making you feel a certain way. Yeah. If you were okay with not bringing it up, you wouldn't. You just plain wouldn't. You want someone to tell you, you need to bring this up. You need to talk about this.
Yeah, you're right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of the times, and like, I can't believe we haven't said this in at least 10 episodes, but if you are asking the question, you know the answer, for a lot of things like of this caliber. But I think it's changed things for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't think that it's just a casual thing. It's a one-off. And I don't think you believe it's a one-off.
I would be curious to know, because you did make a good point, if this doesn't change things for you, then what is it, your reasoning, or I don't necessarily want to say justification because you don't need one, but your reasoning behind, I do believe that this is something we need to discuss.
Right.
However, it doesn't change anything for me. So I am super curious about.
I'm with you.
What do you feel you need to discuss? Like, what confirmation are you wanting?
Yeah, I'm with you. And I think that's probably the problem, is that they're not acknowledging that it's changed something now. But let's put that to the wayside.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Do you agree that I need to get it out in the open? And how should I approach it? Absolutely. It's an issue for you.
Leave her a note on the fridge saying, we need to talk. And then go to work that day.
It's not a Dear John, it's a Hi Jane.
And shut your phone off till you get back home from work and she's shitting her pants.
But how am I supposed to look at Facebook when she posts my husband wants to talk and I don't know about what? Or boyfriend or whatever.
Tell your buddy to screenshot and send it to you.
True story. I like the way you think.
I know you do.
We all need a Biff in our lives.
Sure do.
Get yourself a Biff.
Get yourself a Biff.
That's right.
I want some response.
How should I approach it, though?
I just said, leave a note on the fridge.
No! If a therapist told you to leave a note on the fridge...
You got the best therapist ever.
I'd be like, in cursive or in print?
You the one who needs therapy,
all caps.
or am I? Do I sign my name? Do I put a heart?
Do I put an upside down exclamation point at the beginning and then one regular at the end?
Right. Do I put just a period, we need to talk, or like 3 periods?
Or do I just put a Post-it on the fridge with a giant question mark and leave them to wonder?
Or a giant eyeball. I see me, see you.
Right.
Ooh,
you took it out of my mouth.
How do you bring it up? How do you approach it? I say do it in the same fashion that you wrote about it, by saying like, I love you and this doesn't change much for me. However, I did become aware of some information. I think we
And I'm having a hard time
need
ignoring
to talk about it.
Yeah. And maybe she's receptive and maybe she's not, but be prepared for her not to be, because we're automatically defensive, right?
Typically, yeah. Especially if we have something to hide.
True story. But I would be on your boat and I don't know how I didn't get there. Like, is that my baby? That would be my first concern. But maybe that this person has enough to know that that's not the case, that doesn't matter to them.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I would be asking the same question.
Like, how many times have this happened?
Right.
How do I know it's not going to continue to happen?
And if it's not happening with this dude anymore, which friend of a friend can I ask?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. There's a lot.
Response?
Yeah.
Colleen says, if you feel you need to talk about it and perhaps also get some reassurance in terms of taking your relationship forward, then yes, you should bring it up. If you don't, it'll fester, and the next time you have an argument, it'll come out in the heat of the moment.
Ooh,
Right?
child.
So I think it's better to be calm and in control of the situation. I think you just have to say it in the way you've written this letter. Nice, Biff! Tell her you know she saw someone when your relationship was struggling, and the reason you're bringing it up is that you want complete honesty going forward. I do believe it's important to talk about why she had this affair and why your relationship was vulnerable at the time, because you need to learn from what happened and make sure whatever issues you had are being worked on. Expect that she might get defensive or angry and try to keep things to a discussion rather than an argument. It sounds like you're being very level-headed about this and it's clear you love her, but just make sure you don't get lost in this. Your feelings count and you have every right to feel hurt by this affair.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it. I wonder if it would have been different if she asked for a hall pass. I mean, I know that their relationship was struggling at that time, but I wonder about these things.
Let my future man ask me for a hall pass.
I ain't signing that.
You'll be coming home to more than an eyeball on the fridge. Okay?
You won't be coming home.
You won't have the eyeballs.
But for her, she'd let you come home because you'd be paying for it. For me, I wouldn't let you come home so I didn't have to pay for it.
True.
Right?
True.
Yeah, this is how the angel and the devil on your shoulders
get you a bit.
do it. Although I'm not sure entirely which one's the angel or the devil.
I was going to say, I'll be waiting on your porch too.
I'm waiting on a shoulder.
I do love and hate let's look at the reason why they cheated, right? I get it. And I half agree, half disagree. There are reasons why people go out and cheat. But
There are reasons. There's always a reason.
Sounds like, well, if you gave her what she wanted, she wouldn't have cheated, type of thing. You know what I mean?
Right. To me, that's an excuse.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm with you there.
But I do agree, like, people cheat for a reason. There's an issue. There's something missing. There's something not working.
Right.
And yes, that is something that needs to be worked on.
There's something that needs to be
However,
fulfilled.
we need to be adult enough to sit down and have that conversation before I go out and find me a new deck to sit on. That always irks me. Because, like, I agree with it, yes. But then I'm like, go fuck yourself.
Right. Sometimes I don't always feel this way about that, but it's kind of like, I'm sorry you feel that way type of situation where, like, giving someone or saying to someone, like, yeah, like, you had your reasons to cheat, or like, there's a reason to cheat.
Yeah.
It's like that love-hate that you have with it.
Yeah.
It's like, yes, there is something that drives you to do that.
Right.
Right. Individually.
Yeah.
But that component isn't an excuse. It isn't a justification. You control your actions.
Right. Especially if you're not allowing them, if you're not bringing the issue to them to work on.
Yeah.
You're not, like, allowing them the space to, like, oh, okay, wow. First of all, they may not even have been aware there was an issue.
Just for argument's sake, what if they were?
Then you leave. I mean, I don't think cheating and staying in the relationship is, if it's something that you feel that you're repeating and it's not being met, then that's a different.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's ever room or reason for cheating.
Or even just like transparency and being like, I'm going to find it somewhere else.
Like, this is the 75th time.
Right. And my clitoris is still being ignored.
Like, I need to find that guy from last week's.
Who's going to flick my bick?
Who's going to puff my muff?
Still. Yuck.
Like, hello.
Or not puff my mouth. I like this answer, but
Yeah.
I get it. I
Yeah.
see exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
Good job, Colleen. passing our qualified test. Next one.
Yes.
This one is from January 23rd, 2023, and it's called My Wife Came Back from a Work Trip with Another Guy's Pants in Her Suitcase.
Ooh! What
Do you
is
think
these
he left
cheating
them
ass
behind,
wives?
or she was in his room and packed them by accident? This isn't relevant. I mean, it doesn't matter. But, like, I like to imagine the situation.
Maybe he had his swimsuit on under his pants and they all went into the pool and everybody's stuff got kind of mushed together.
And she thought she was grabbing
And
her
she just
pants.
grabbed towels and
Panties.
pantalones.
You're so articulate.
Yes.
It's so hot. Shall I?
Yes. 'Cause
Dear,
what?
dear Coleen, I'm a man in my 30s, married with no children. Congratulations. A couple of weekends ago, my wife went away on a team building weekend with her colleagues.
Oh, she sure built her team, all right.
Which involved staying 2 nights in a hotel. See what I did there?
I did.
Thank you. When she came home, she was pretty quiet and sad. Nope, she wasn't sad. She was pretty quiet and said she was exhausted.
Oh.
And didn't reveal much about what she'd got up to on the weekend.
Clearly.
I had the Monday off work, so unpacked her case to put some washing on.
Okay.
Yep. I put on the washing. And found a pair of men's boxers mixed up with her clothes.
You said pants.
You said pants. You didn't say underpants. Don't you know how to hyphenate? They're not mine, and I've never seen them before. So obviously, I immediately jumped to the conclusion that she'd slept with someone on the trip and accidentally packed his boxers with her things. That's not jumping to conclusions. That's assessing the facts.
That is assessing the scenario. Yes. Yes, this wasn't a multiple choice
This
question.
is not part of the question. The answer is A. I don't know how to talk to her about this.
What is it with you men?
Listen, why can I just make an observation? This is 2 men in the UK writing to advice columnists.
I need to move to UK.
Yeah, I suppose, because the women got it right over there.
Clearly. We can do whatever the fuck we want. And these men are going to be like, well, I don't know how to bring it up, mate. Those weren't my britches. Righto.
You're so Australian right now.
I love all of it. I love
It's
all of
funny,
them.
because when I do it, I don't know the difference. I mean, kudos to you.
I love the UK and all your accents.
Right out.
Especially him.
In the cottage. I think I'm putting it off because I don't want to know the truth. I'll be devastated if she admits she slept with someone or that she's having an affair with a colleague. What would you do in this situation? I can't stop thinking about it and it's driving me mad, and I'm sure she noticed that something is off with me. Please help. What would you do, Biff?
The same thing I would have done in the first situation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I was this man, I would walk downstairs in those boxers that I found. In nothing but those boxers.
See, you're already a step ahead of me.
Why?
Because I found them, and that was all I needed to walk into wherever the fuck she was with them in my hand and be like, these aren't mine.
Throw them in her face.
Mm-hmm.
These smell like not my deck.
Yeah. Actually, as a man, I'm never putting those on.
That's true.
Yeah. You wouldn't put a woman's on,
That is
especially a thong.
It's very true.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm just going to hang him up by him. String him around his neck.
See if she chases them.
I'll shove her head through the dick hole. That's what I'm doing. Recognize
I wonder if boxers...
these, Betty.
Bay.
For fluff's sake.
I wonder if boxers are the same in the UK as they are here.
Good question. Good question.
Because I know, like, what we call, like, a unitard to them is a singlet.
A what?
A unitard? Oh, no, I'm sorry. To us, it's a singlet. To them, it's a unitard.
What is a singlet?
I already fucked this up, didn't I? I did. I fucked this up because these are 2 different things. Our tank tops are tank tops, and to them, they're singlets.
What's a singlet?
It's the tank top. Yeah.
Like what you're wearing?
But singlets, and that's why I fucked up. Right. And singlets to us are a unitard, like the men wear during, like, the wrestling,
Oh, the wrestler.
The one piece.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never knew that was called a singlet.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm sorry. I always forget you're not a gay man.
I don't know how you do that. I think I'm offended.
Why? You have good taste.
So you don't forget.
Oh. Yeah. Well.
These are baffling me because...
How do you fucking not?
Exactly.
Like, I would have, before I even... I think my question to this columnist would have been like, I opened my mouth. Should I have? Rather than, should I open my mouth? Like, I can't... How is there enough time for an advice columnist to get this and answer it before you have addressed it?
That's what... Right. How do you open your wife's suitcase and you're going through and then you're like, wait a minute. These ain't my fucking boxers. Mm-hmm. And then you just continue to do laundry like no worries.
Just sit on it.
Like, did you throw the boxers in with the laundry still to be a nice guy?
Yeah, in case she wants to return them.
Then and fold it up, put it in her panties drawer with her panties.
I kind of want to be mad at him. Why did you not throw them in the shower while she's showering? And been like, oh, you got to return these. These don't fit.
These don't fit me.
Oh, thanks for the gift.
Right. I guess this is like people that like don't, that they like avoid confrontation at all costs. Those people have always been so intriguing to me because I'm like, fucking how?
How?
Like,
how are you? It's really weird because we say that again, like if you are asking the question, you know the answer, but you're right. Like you're either wanting someone to affirm what you're already thinking or feeling, or you want someone to talk you out of it.
Well, he flat out said, I think part of it is because I don't want to know the answer. But you can't live like that. Mm-mm. Because, holy schmoly.
This is rain, listener. In Massachusetts, what's been happening as a result of global warming is that we've had the rainiest summer ever, that it's actually killing our crop. My mother's grapes are black and they fell off the vine.
Oh no.
Yeah. Her tomatoes are fantastic though. They taste so great. And I have some eggplant in my car.
Yum.
Yeah. And the vegetable too.
That definitely took me a second.
You're welcome.
I mean, I understand, like, I don't want to know, but you can't live like that. That's going to drive you mad.
How do people, I just don't know how people ignore this shit. How do you, like, take 2 seconds to talk yourself out of talking about it, but still, like, process it? If something is not in the open, I'm mad. I'm, like, not mad, like, emotion mad as in crazy.
Yes.
Yeah. Forget it. We're going to end because of me, not because of what you did, but because of me.
Literally.
Okay, so you're on the same page.
Literally.
This isn't like an outlandish conclusion to come to.
This needs to be handled right this second.
What in the WT fuck? Like, if I found out you had a different Biff, girl,
there is no...
I would not keep my mouth shut.
Until I'm calm and then handle this situation appropriately. Mm-hmm. Like, no.
I'd be
That's our off.
Did you guys do picklebacks together? Right?
Yeah.
Valid question in this scenario.
Did you take a pickleback with that bitch?
Yeah. Did you do a dirty martini with her?
I know you motherfuckers went out for nachos. Did you get fucking chicken or chili?
Oh. Both?
You let her eat the extra guacamole?
Oh, fuck.
We're done.
It's over.
We're fucking done.
It's fucking over.
And there's no way that I'm going to be like, I'm too scared to bring it up because I don't want to lose my friendship. Like,
I really wanted to try this bottle of wine.
I'm going to punch you in your head before I even get this out. You're going to be asking me why I just punched you.
And now if this applies to our friendship, imagine to a relationship.
Exactly.
I think the right answer is go to your local U-Haul and get a box cutter.
Don't forget the duct tape.
And that's all I've got. Because if I keep going, we're going to be on the hook. So just keep it in the package. Response? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Coleen says, you've convinced yourself she slept with someone else and you don't want to hear it from her. But you can't keep ignoring this. It's already driving you mad. And the longer you sit with it, the more stressed you'll become. Mm-hmm. But yes, I think it's probably wise to prepare yourself for the worst case scenario. You're married, you need honesty, and I think the way to approach it with her would be to say something like, quote, I need to get this off my chest. I found these shorts when I was doing the washing and would like to know how they came to be in your bag, end quote. Before I continue, Biff, response.
Yeah.
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 Go on.
I need to get this off my chest.
No, bitch.
What?
Then see what she says. What does she say, Biff?
Hey, bud, that's for you.
If it's not what you want to hear, try not to lose control. I've learned to walk away for half an hour if I'm confronted with something upsetting because I don't want to react in anger.
I've never learned that. Ever.
Okay, let's touch on that after.
Okay.
Yeah, because I got something to say about that. Then you can go back when you're feeling calmer and have the discussion. There could be an innocent explanation. For instance, a prank by her colleagues that's gone terribly wrong. Or she's brought them herself to sleep in. But they're not mine.
Right.
But the point is you can't, quote, unsee these boxers. So be brave and ask her the question. Good luck. Oh, that was it.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Good luck.
Abba. See you later.
Literally. Prepare for battle and good luck.
Right. The stepping away thing is something that I've mastered. This conversation's not going anywhere. We need a break. But the people around me have not.
Fuck no, we haven't.
So how do I accept that they can't accept that I need a break?
I don't know. Fucking write to someone. Why are you asking me, bitch?
I'll just send us a question. I'll send us a question. That way we can both answer it.
Well, she did say be prepared for battle. I don't remember the wording she used. Oh, no, not for battle, but be prepared that she may have cheated.
Oh, right. Yep. You know the worst case scenario.
Right. Because he said, like, I don't think I'm asking because I don't want to know.
I like the approach.
It's lose-lose.
Yeah.
You're either not asking and it eats you alive, or you are asking and she's confirming. My thought, I ask, how the fuck, who the fuck, and how the fuck, and when the fuck, and where the fuck, and what the fuck.
Why the fuck.
And,
Don't
right.
forget why the fuck.
And she gives me oh my God, I literally have no clue. I grabbed a pile of what I thought was towels and my clothes by the pool. I'm not believing anything you say.
You are my best fucking friend in the whole world. I will never have nachos without you. I did this weekend. I will never have nachos it was with my kid for all intents and purposes.
She's lucky.
Yeah. And actually, I talked about you the whole time, for the record. We need to go there next Sunday. After we record, we're going there to get those nachos because they were superb.
Where'd you go?
Rail Trail in Hudson.
Ooh, I want a
they're
Rail
the same
Trail.
people I talked about a few episodes ago that, because our pizza was undercooked, not only gave us a new one, but also gave us a gift card and comped the pizza. And it was like, you guys went way too fucking far.
And now they have great nachos.
They have fantastic nachos.
Done.
This is the first time I've had them.
Fucking done.
But yeah, that was my food for thought.
That there's nothing you can say.
I
now.
already doubt you.
I'm already convinced.
Right.
So anything you tell me,
Yep.
other than
I love that we had this thought together.
my fucking bad.
But my other question, so you got most of it, right? Out of my antenna that are sticking up right here. Antennae. But the other part was like, what is it about your relationship that you're already doubting? Like, I feel like you're prepared to not trust her response.
Okay.
Do you see what I'm saying?
I do.
I don't know if that's the case here, but if you're...
I think you're right, because he said, I think I'm not asking because I don't want to know the answer.
Right.
Because
But then again, somebody else's boxers is it's not
I was gonna say,
a
that's
red
a
flag. That's a
tricky-
huge ass
Yeah.
fucking, you know what I mean? It's beyond a red flag. If I find somebody else's boxers.
Yeah, that's automatic. Like, okay, there's slim to zero reasons why this happened.
Something is happening. I like the approach.
Go breathe for a half hour before you fuck. I'm gonna be even more mad if I have to sit on this for a half hour before I bring it up to you.
Well, that's the question we had to begin with. But like the approach that Coleen was giving, like, you know, I need to talk about this. These aren't mine. Whose are they? But be prepared. You know, just like the last question, like people are defensive by nature, you know.
Especially when they're guilty.
Especially when they're guilty. But I mean, how do you separate that nature versus guilt?
I know. Right?
And that's what makes life so tricky, is that there's never like a straightforward answer.
I'm super frustrated that we put the burden on the person that needs to ask the question.
I love that you put it that way.
Like,
I love that.
oh my
Why?
God, just be careful how you ask, or or you know, like go take a breather first. And like,
if
it is not my
honesty is
fucking
the best
job.
policy, why do I need to babysit your feelings to babysit my own?
You're fucking livid, and you're allowed to be fucking livid. And especially if this is a serious relationship and or your wife or husband, it's not our job or responsibility to, like, yeah, okay, maybe don't be me and like just go down swinging before you even say a word.
Well,
or be me and go down swing. Like, either fucking way. I hate putting the burden on the person that's like, well, you know.
Well, I think the other part, the other side of it, I don't know if it's the other side of it, but in my mind, I'm trying to separate my impulse from effective communication too. I want to have a productive conversation. I'm not going to do that going and swinging. I'm automatically going to put them on the defensive.
Yes,
right?
But you know the saying.
I don't.
Shoot first, ask questions later.
What if they die?
Then you should have asked the questions quicker.
Fucking ass.
Gotta be quicker than
Miss
that.
the heart 3 inches to the left.
Go for the shins.
Oh, much better.
Or toes.
Yes.
They'll speak quickly.
Yep.
They'll tell you everything you want to hear and then some.
But still, let's just say, for the sake of argument, that this is innocent. She didn't cheat, and she literally didn't even know they were in there. It was a prank.
I know, but
It's too late.
Right.
Yeah, we talked about that already.
Yeah. This is lose-lose.
Good luck.
Good luck to all and parties involved.
That's the part that I agree with. Good luck.
That should have just been the answer. Just nothing else except good luck.
I ain't touching that. Good luck.
Cheating ass bitch. Good luck.
I'm just going to go to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah. This one is from March 12th, 2023. I got married 6 months ago, but already won out. He treats me like a possession.
Ooh, is that like a trophy wife?
Oh.
No. Possession is
Possession
like,
is
you do
not
as I
proud.
say.
Right.
Yeah.
Possession
Trophy
is
wife is
ownership.
like,
Trophy wife is like
sit down and be pretty.
pride. There's a little bit of pride there, though. That's the whole point.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
I scored a young one. Or I
Ain't
scored
she
a
pretty?
Right.
Just don't ask her to cook.
Oh, that's awful.
But true. I'm just kidding.
I mean, if she can't cook, then she can't cook.
We're hot and can cook, so that's not true.
Okay,
Me.
and dear Coleen.
Wrong accent, Biff.
Oh, sorry. Dear Coleen.
That was worse.
I know. I got married 6 months ago, and I bitterly regret it and want out. We'd been dating for a few years, but COVID happened in the middle of it, and we'd never lived together previously.
They've been dating for how long?
A few years.
Wow.
Yeah. That's what happens when you're on lockdown. You pick one dick and you stick to it.
And regret it later.
I'm starting to feel trapped and unhappy because while he's a nice, charming guy and is always taking me out and buying me things, I feel more of a possession than his wife and his equal. I've realized he's very controlling about the house, about what we do, even down to what I wear and who I socialize with.
Oh, no.
That's socialize with an S at the end, not a Z-E. Yeah. Hello, Brits.
I was going to say, they also like programs like PROGRAMME.
Or color with a U, O-U-R.
Yes, yeah.
Clure. Yeah.
Color.
I know, they don't even pronounce the O-U-R. All right. He's not keen on most of my friends, and even though he doesn't say this directly, he's always making digs and unfair comments about them. It's got to a point where I lie to him about where I'm going and who I'm seeing, just for a quiet life. He's also obsessed by my social media accounts.
Ooh.
So I'm careful never to post anything on there that might make him annoyed or jealous. No. I honestly used to be such a happy-go-lucky person, and now I think about everything I do so as not to upset my husband. I do love him, but I know the situation isn't right. My friends obviously can't stand him, but haven't said it in so many words, probably because they don't want to hurt my feelings or seem disloyal. However, my family adores him and would be devastated and confused if we split up, as we've only been married such a short time. I'm sure they think everything is fine between us. Please help.
Hello, narcissist table for one.
Amen to that.
Can I
say something off the bat? No, it doesn't say their age.
Okay.
But off the bat, can we stop considering our family and our friends' reactions to our decisions? Because they're not in our relationship. That I know it's easier said than done, but we always use that as a line of defense. Like, I am sick of living by someone else's rules, and that means your family and friends. Like, you got to live by what's true to you. I don't know what that hang up is, though. I know that it's judgment in the grand scheme of things, but why is that such a, like, you know what I mean? Like, this hand signal must mean something to you.
Yeah, I'm following.
Thank you. It just, I'm sick of that. And I do it too.
Yeah, because it's because that's like our life. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If my dad's upset or like disappointed in me, forget it.
I know. I understand. That's the worst part. I just want us to move away from that. People, our family and our friends aren't living
it's
what we're living.
How many times have I been like, Dad, I know you're fucking mad at me, but I don't care. Like, YOLO. It's my life. I'm grown now. Don't ever say that to Greta. She'll fucking kill you.
I was just thinking that.
I can say that to my dad because I'm faster than him finally.
I don't know. He's got long arms.
He does have a long reach. Sorry, Dad.
You're welcome, Pops. Let me remind you who you is.
Yeah, it's definitely circumstantial. There's things that are easier for us to be like, Mom, I know, I got it, okay? But like, it's my life, my decisions.
Right.
But then there's other things that's like, I not validate. I like your opinion, your advice. I
value it.
Value. Thank you.
Great. Yeah.
Like I value your feelings about this.
Mm-hmm.
So that makes things difficult.
Yeah, but I see like, that.
I feel like, yes, this is my life and my choice, and you know, nobody gets to tell me how I live my life, but also how you feel is important to me, especially as a parent, or you know, not so much like my friends. And
I saw it more of like what people think about me thing, as opposed to like
I value your input.
Yeah, I value your input. But I don't think this is one of those situations where, like, I teach their own, we don't know. Yeah. It's
circumstantial.
Yeah, it's hard to gauge. I just wish that we could, again, we'd be making decisions on our own or the right decisions all the time if that was the case. But I wish we could remove that from the decision-making process and, like, not worry about what other people are going to think or what their opinions are, but more like do what's good for us in that moment, and that matters.
Yeah, I definitely hear where you're coming from, for sure.
Sorry, I just needed to voice that. I feel that way for myself too. Like I'm not exempt from this.
Yeah, no, yeah. I'm with you.
Thank you. As you were.
I forget the question now.
Yes, thank you. Please help was the question.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Kill him.
Yes. She's ready to run.
But she's concerned about what
her family and friends are going to think.
Because they love him.
Right.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, her family. Her friends are like, I'm over this. And she's now lying about her whereabouts, what she's doing.
Because of him, right? Because
he's like, oh, I did not okay this, or I didn't know about this, or whatever.
I don't like her friends.
Like a possession.
Yeah.
Just like the question says.
Well, literally, you just need to do what you need to do for you. And it might be hard. It might be tricky. It might be painful. But at some point, you'll be like, okay, I did the right thing.
Yeah, this is one where you need to put yourself first.
If you stay in the position you're in, it's going to continue to hurt you.
Right.
If you do what you need to do for you, it's only going to hurt for a moment, and then we'll get better.
Is this on the part of the partner, the husband? Is this narcissism or is this like BPD? How would you classify it with what your teachings are?
Freaking narcissism.
Straight up narcissism? But not knowing what their reactions are for themselves too. Is it? I don't know. I just know that there's a fine line there.
What do you mean, not knowing there?
So a narcissist. I guess I just answered my own question too. But because I don't think fully before I talk. You're welcome. Ill-Advised the podcast. This is where our quality entertainment comes from. But I was kind of thinking like, it's not just an outward control, but it's an inward control too, right? Like you're doing, like, what is the benefit for yourself as a narcissist? But obviously, dumbass, the benefit is for you to know what this other person's doing. Right. It's the control that you get. So, I don't need you anymore. I answered my own question.
Okay, bye.
And as
You've been ill-advised.
Yes. That's all.
Yeah, my advice is you'll be worse off if you stay.
Trust your gut.
Absolutely
trust your instinct.
It's going to hurt less when you leave and do what's right for you than it will if you stay.
I agree with you. There's little that you can do at this point to convince yourself. This question alone is your first step. I think when you're asking questions in general, as I'm finding in this podcast, that's your first step.
Absolutely.
When you start asking questions, that is your signal that you're not okay.
You're already on track.
Yeah. That's your signal that you're not comfortable where you are, whether in your relationship or personally or at work, wherever the fuck you are. That's your first signal that you're not okay.
Absolutely.
It's natural to wonder, right? What if? What if? What if? But should I or should I not? That's where I feel like you're like questioning your...
This is just, now I need confirmation bias.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, precisely. That's the perfect way to put it.
It's like I already know the answer. I just need somebody to give me the permission to go ahead with what I'm feeling or thinking.
I would like to understand that more.
I know.
That dynamic more. And we suffer from it too.
I feel like it's got to have something to do with like, where it's like, I just feel supported now. Like somebody understands me, or I feel more safe now that somebody said like, fucking run.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like it's like that like, okay, now I'm not alone. I'm not isolated. I'm not by myself. Now my best friend knows what's going on and she said, fucking run. Like, right. Like now I have more courage to do that because now I'm not alone, even if technically you are still.
Right.
I don't know if it has something to do with that. That's my guess.
Well, that makes sense to me. Kind of like, I don't want to do this on my own. I don't know how to do this by myself. But if someone kind of confirms what you're feeling, then it's like you have someone in your court. There's someone behind you.
You're not by yourself.
So even if you are confronting this physically on your own, you've got the emotional
that one person
support.
That's like, girl, run.
Yeah. Even if the popular vote is by your family, to like hang tight.
Yeah. He's great. We love him. Plus he's rich. Or whatever the case.
Fuck that. Been there, done that. Not worth it. Not worth it.
Also, it's super shitty for... I'm thinking about my dad and like, he wouldn't have to know ins and outs if I wasn't happy. He would be like, all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it is super
like,
shitty because I'm thinking...
prefer, like, I think he's fine and I think your children need a family, whatever. But like, if you're miserable, then fuck it.
Yeah. Even my mom, for the grade A bitch that she is, if you've been following the last 80 episodes, she even says, like, if you're happy, I'm happy. All that matters to me is that you're happy. And if I'm not happy, she supports my decisions. Right? Whether or not she agrees with them, what she's doing is she's like saying, like, okay, this is where you are. Okay, let me help. Yeah. Rather than be like, nah, if she felt strongly about it, of course.
Stupid.
Yeah. Oh, A little more Brazilian. But if she felt a way about it, she would obviously voice her concern. But like, most
But
of the
still
time,
love and support you.
like our parents like have been,
So maybe the parents don't know. Maybe she's not honest because the parents do love him.
and that's very, very
maybe
possible.
she hasn't even told anyone because it's like,
How many times have we kept something from our parents or our friends where we're just like, you're gonna judge me, and we just kept it?
or you're not going to understand
That's the other one too.
because he seems so great.
Yep.
You'll not understand why I'm so miserable because I can't tell you what it is for me.
That's so funny. This is going to probably say something about our upbringing. Because originally, before my mother was supportive, the response would be, well, what did you do? And this is cultural, right? Well, you're not doing what you need to do to please your man, to keep your man, to,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
versus, you know, on the other hand.
I don't need to understand.
So it's just an interesting dynamic altogether.
I think instinctually, for most parents, just the simple awareness that, like, I'm not happy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not ready or comfortable to get into details.
Right.
Just understand that I'm not happy and this isn't, oh, you know, I'm bored, or like, this is, I think instinctually parents will,
Want best. What's best
Yes.
for...
okay,
Yep.
okay, I get it. What do you need from me? So the concern of like, my parents love him and, you know, I don't know, like, whatever. I think the simple, like, I'm not happy or things aren't okay. I'm not okay as a mom, as a parent. I don't care what the situation is. If my child
If my kid's not okay.
ever, just with zero explanation, just a simple, I'm not okay.
Right.
Okay, we need to fucking fix this then.
Right.
What do you need?
Right.
Period.
End of story.
I don't need details if you're not ready to share them. I just need to know what you need.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like maybe the parents aren't aware. Maybe she's not telling anyone that, like, he's an abusive piece of shit, regardless of what he looks like. Of course, in public, he's wonderful.
Right. He is
But you
the
have
man of all
no
men.
clue. Right.
He is
But
responsible. He takes
that
care
door
of you.
closes-
You have a house. You don't have to do
Exactly.
anything.
Exactly.
But the price is my emotions.
The price is my fucking
heart.
sanity.
And my sanity
Yes.
and my soul. Yep. This one's food for thought for you to take with you. We don't need to talk about it now.
Me specifically?
I think maybe
Fuck.
just as a counterpoint to what you just said too. Sometimes we also need to realize, or we need to think, and this isn't us respecting or assuming responsibility. This is us recognizing the situation, that sometimes our parents think they know what's best for us,
They know what's best for us.
right? And that's
Yes.
a horse of another
Because
color.
they don't know what goes on behind closed doors.
Right. Well, even then.
Even then, they have years of tradition and
Yep.
culture.
Yep.
And
That's so. I mean, just take that back with you too. Like, they might
even
not always
even if it's not what you
recognize who
need.
they are and their patterns.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, unfortunately, we can't guide you on that because we don't know your individual situations. But yeah, response.
Yeah,
Because I forgot we needed to do that.
true.
Yeah. Colleen says, I think you have to trust your instincts here. If he's showing these signs within the first 6 months of marriage, then the
only gets
chances
worse. I
are
didn't
it
even think
only
of that.
gets worse.
I
Yep.
didn't even think.
I thought when we read the title, to me, it's like, you knew this was there. This isn't something.
Oh, narcissist? Fuck no. It'll take a year. They'll go years before they
But
show
that
their true colors.
possessiveness,
Oh no, they like mirror you until they have you fucking.
really,
Oh, abso-fucking-lutely.
it makes
literally be
sense.
Prince
I just
Charming
never thought,
until they have you on the hook.
and the hook for her was marriage.
And the hook for her was marriage.
That's brilliant.
Now
I
she ain't going nowhere because you're my fucking wife. And maybe I financially support you now since you're my wife. Or maybe we have a child now. Or
Right.
maybe
Whatever.
we relocated and now your family's far away.
Whatever
Like,
makes you
exactly.
bite.
However,
that's how
I
hook you.
could fucking keep you.
Yep.
They'll
Makes total sense.
literally go years before you're even like, what the fuck?
So how do they present to others?
That's Prince Charming. That's why her parents love him. love him because he would never speak to her in any way other than a just gentleman.
This next line is going to absolutely affirm what you just said.
Okay, go.
You ready? He's charmed your family, and he buys you things and takes you out, but so what?
But so...
He's also controlling, and that has nothing to do with love. It's about possession and insecurity. You haven't said whether you've actually told him how you feel, or are you scared to bring it up with him? If you are worried about how he'd react, then that tells you everything you need to know.
Everything.
Amen.
Everything. We didn't even bring that up.
I think we did with the last question in that respect.
In a roundabout way.
In a roundabout way. Yeah, but not this one. Yes, I agree. You should be able to tell your partner anything without fear. We all make certain compromises in a relationship, but not to the point of being afraid to see our friends or to live our lives the way we want to. It's emotional abuse, and it'll crush your self-esteem if you stay in this situation. Don't worry about being married only 6 months or what other people think. Neither of these things should factor in your decision. I guarantee that if you told your parents how unhappy you are and why, they'd be the first in line to support you. It sounds like you've made a decision to leave, so let your friends and family help you through it. Good luck. Fucking brilliant.
That was perfect.
That was literally
Absolutely
like,
perfect.
if my thoughts and your thoughts had a baby,
it would be Coleen.
it would.
Yeah, no, that was perfect.
Perfect. It's like beautifully written. It's concise. As opposed to the last, 15, 20 minutes of us talking about it.
Yeah.
I have nothing to rebut that
Me
with.
either.
Well,
Absolutely nothing.
Is this the first time we've done Coleen?
I'm 99.9% sure, yes.
Great. Okay. Well, I guess we'll be revisiting, right? These are great questions.
Yes. Coleen Nolan
Yeah,
from
wonderful.
mirror.co.uk.
Yeah. As always, please support your advice columnists because they're the reasons why we have answers to this shit. I think that just a note on our podcast in general too, like I hope that our listeners take something back from this. We're here, we provide a little comedic relief to a lot of these situations, right? But we're also, you and I individually, learning something from these responses too. I think we take that back into our...
Yeah, we're learning that we're fucking genius because we're never far off. Rarely. I'm not going to say never. There's been many.
I want to say it's uncommon rather than rare that we're far off because there are things we don't always think about.
We don't, yes.
We might have the big picture there, but there's that little thing that matters that we didn't necessarily pinpoint.
Yeah. Or we didn't think to address, yeah.
But we also apply this.
But we're also fucking lived a lot. Between
the two of us, we're like your entire family from the 1880s forward without psychology. Yeah. As a concept.
Okay.
Yeah, no, we're not age. We're in our 20s.
I know, but how did we live it from the 1880s?
Well, back from the old days where there was just nothing to base it on. It was just feeling emotion in your family experience to now where now you have fucking doctors who specialize in are crazy.
Fair enough.
You know what I'm saying?
Fair enough.
And not to say that needing therapy is crazy because it's not. Let me remove that stigma yesterday. But at least I do. I don't want to speak for you. I take a lot of this back and go now I'm able to, there's another tool in my toolkit. I may not always know that it's
to
there.
kill my cheating ass husband on.
Or to put me first. Right? What? You know what? Never mind. I'm not going to win this one.
Just kidding. No, I get what you're saying.
What I'm saying? Yeah. I'm we're putting new tools in our toolkit, and there's no one right tool, but knowing that there's a spectrum, when we did episode 70, I believe it was a milestone episode with Rachel, learning that your boundaries can be fluid and flexible.
Oh my God. Life fucking changing.
And then me realizing afterwards that I'm I have boundaries that I'm fluid with and punish myself for too.
Yeah.
Being able to know that that's okay. Being able to have that that's okay tool.
There's more to life than our own perspectives or our own point of view.
Or right or wrong. I think right or wrong are so subjective that they should be thrown the fuck out.
Right. Our own perspective of things.
Yes. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, that works. Whatever. I just dumbed it down for you guys.
Literally.
But that's what I get from doing this podcast too, you know? Like, I laugh at...
There's a whole other angle that
Right.
we didn't even fucking acknowledge.
I laugh
or
at my
think
own
about
situations all the time, maybe years later or during or before, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, there's some value to all of this bullshit. Like, it's really not bullshit. It's really not.
I do love that there's still advice columnists.
Oh, please support them.
And I don't know that we've come across many that we don't like or agree with.
There are some individual columnists where you and I are at the end of the day being like, I don't love that answer.
I don't love that answer.
But that's just one answer out of the million that we like.
That's what I mean. I don't think there's many that we've been like, fuck that shit.
Right. Right. So I encourage the world and anyone listening to this podcast, more importantly, that like you
to
continue
rate ill-advised to the podcast.
Yeah, that too. Or you
because
continue
as
supporting
we've
your
proven,
columnists. We know what's
we're
up.
just as good. Okay.
We are not credentialed, but what are credentials when you have entertainment? Support your columnists. And always remember that you can find all of these columnists that we support and read from in our show notes every episode on our website at illadvisedthepodcast.com.
What was this?
That was me going full circle trying to remember, and I was hoping that by the time I flicked my wrist, I remembered it.
And you did.
I did. Yes. Catch up on all of our episodes at illadvisedthepodcast.com. Send us your questions, your comments, all your concerns, because apparently we're done with this episode
and
at
also
illadvised.
Drinks.
Yes, and also drinks at illadvisedthepodcast@gmail.com.
Or on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at illadvisedthepodcast.
You're beautiful. You're wonderful. Everything about you is great. Don't let them tell you otherwise.
Put that eyeball in that fridge.
And that's not your underwear. And thank you for listening.
You've been ill-advised.